Right, great things. We are back with some quick math. Let's just go through this question above. In fact, before we do that, let's maybe do a different example. So let's say you have something like this. Say we have 0, comma 3, 3, and the 3 is recurring, right? So yeah, we will get to the question above. So this we'll get to that one, but let's deal with this one first. Okay, so the first thing we'll do is we'll equate this to 0. So we'll equate this to x rather. We'll say this thing, his name is x. Then what you're going to do is you're going to multiply both sides. Okay, so it's okay because we're doing it on both sides. You're going to multiply both sides with 10. So multiply that with 10, multiply this with 10. Okay, so now you will have 3 comma 3 3 recurring. So we know when you multiply with a 10, your comma shifts, right? So let's just say this comma moved one space to that side when you multiplied with your 10. And because this is recurring, we know that there's a bunch of 3's behind here. So when that comma moved, there's still 2 3's, or in fact an infinite amount of 3's behind that comma. Okay, right, let's get rid of some of those things quickly. So we know all of that. So on our right hand side, that is going to be x times 10 is going to be 10x. So that's the first thing that we do. We multiply both of these with 10. What we want to create, and for this question it's easy because it's already like this, but you want to create a situation where everything behind your comma is the same. So here and here, everything behind our comma is the same. Okay, so now that that is the same, you are going to subtract. So let's take this one over here, let's call this one number 2. Right, that's a 2, and we're going to subtract this one over here, let's call this one number 1. Okay, so we're going to subtract number 1 from number 2. So we are going to say the 10x minus the 1x. Okay, that's on the one side, and on the other side we are going to say the 3 comma 3 3 minus the 0 comma 3 3. Remember, these are both recurring. Okay, so what am I doing? Let's just say we are taking this one minus this one, top one minus bottom one, and similarly here, rather bottom one minus top one. Similarly over here, bottom one minus top one. That's where we got this statement over here. Right, so let's simplify that. 10x minus x, that is 9x, and 3 comma 3 3 minus 0 comma 3 3 recurring. So let's just think about that for a second. If you have 3 comma 3 3 3 3, that recurring means those go on forever, and you have 0 comma 3 3 3 3 recurring, right? That's a 3. When you do this subtraction, what happens? You're going to say 3 minus 3, that disappears. 3 minus 3 disappears. All of those disappear. So everything behind the comma disappears, and you're going to be left with only this 3. So on our left hand side over here, we are left with just a 3. Okay, let's get rid of this for a second over here. So okay, let's just recap before we finish our question. What we did was we took our first part of the question over here, we equated this to x. Step 1, equate this to x. Step 2, multiply both sides with 10. Why? Because you want to create something where behind the comma you have the same thing. After the things behind the comma is the same, you are going to subtract. So in this case, it's going to be your second one minus your first one, second one minus first one. So you subtract, and that gives you this expression or this equation. And now we are going to get rid of that 9 there. So we divide both sides with our 9. So we have a x equals 3 over 9 is 1 over 3. Okay, great. That was easy enough, right? Let's leave it for the next video. We'll deal with the actual question that's above.